going to do this duck here in a little bit. Going to definitely show that, but I wanted to talk about some of the issues that I personally been having, and haven't been sleeping well. Actually been sick since Christmas Day. Got out here on my shop and had to rebuild some of my doors. They were rotted, so I had to replace those out. Very difficult when you have all kind of injuries. So anywho, got sick, got throat all, got really sore, ended up some type of virus. My wife just went through it and caught it kind of early. Did not sleep the entire night, had to go get some antibiotics the next day. Thank God the doctor saw me straight away. Got some antibiotics and a little bit of steroid pack to go with it. Knocked it out fairly quick compared to how long it could have lasted, I suppose. So, and I preach a lot of holistic type treatment, like fire cider is a big one. I preach it a lot, and I like to pride myself that it's been about 3 years, give or take, that I have not had serious illness. And when I've felt this little bit of scratch come on in my throat in the past, I've taken some fire cider and knocked it out. I mean, just knocked it out. Never came up on me. This one here hit me pretty hard, I think because I was physically drained from working out here, trying to get the doors built and all that. Mentally, I think that had a big effect on how allowing this to manifest into what it was. This virus really got hold. But I think because I was using stuff like fire cider and was able to go to the doctor straight away, it didn't last weeks, where it only lasted a few days. I'm still not over it. I'm still getting some phlegm up, which is good. I spent an entire night, the first night, stayed up the entire night, and instead of allowing that stuff to drain into my stomach, I got rid of it, you know what I mean? I kind of coughed all that stuff out. Mucinex helped a ton. Broke it up, got it out of my system, and that kept me from getting nauseated. You know, when that stuff gets in your stomach, it really takes a toll on your digestive system. So pretty important to try to keep that stuff out. I mean, it's just infection, and you want it out of your body. Your body's trying to get it out in the first place. So anyway, so that being said, it's the mental and physical part. If you're physically worn out, you're more susceptible to catching some sort of disease or virus. You're more susceptible to getting sick, and also with your mental stability, or your mental fatigue, if you will. Had pretty strenuous few weeks, trying to do the right thing for some people, and helping them out with just helping them out. Anywho, took a pretty big mental toll on me, because it was a very stressful situation, and it was a very horrific living environment, and had to go into that for like 4 days and work and do some things, and just you try to block it out because there's work to be done, and you focus on that. Meanwhile, in the back of your mind, you're looking at what's going on. You're seeing that this environment is just horrific, and how can any human live in it? And so you're trying to process that, but you're trying to also get the job done, and it's almost an impossible task in what we were doing. In fact, it's not finished yet. Fortunately, we got a lot of good people coming out, are going to continue the work that we started, try to finish this place up, and get this place somewhat sanitary and better living conditions for this family. So anyway, that mental strain is not good, and it wears the body down, and it can cause you to be susceptible, as well as your physical well-being. Your mental well-being plays a large part. So you have to find what works for you. You have to find what will help you clear your mind of these things. I'm still learning that. I have, a lot of tragedies in my past, and they still rear their heads up every once in a while. So I'm working pretty vigilantly trying to determine what works for me, and definitely going to try to pass it on. I know learning how to meditate, which is basically focusing on your breathing, will help clear your mind. I still struggle with that because it's have so much going on in my mind, trying to process things. It's slowing it down. I can tell you right now, social media, absolutely garbage. I know when I do get on there and look through things and scroll through it, I have a much harder time trying to fall asleep because my mind is still flashing that through my brain. So try to learn how to limit yourself to social media, especially, hours before you go to bed. Worst time in the world to do it is before you go to bed. So, those are some of the things that I'm trying, as well as a better diet, a whole lot less alcohol. I'm finding it just don't agree with me anymore. So, trying to eat healthier, of course, and focusing on those things. So, anyway, just wanted to share a little bit of that with you, and stick around. We'll work more on it. The more I learn, the more I'll share. I can tell you another thing I do real quick is I started a journal, and it's not focused on any one thing. The journal pretty much is whatever's on my mind at the time. I didn't think I'd stick with it very long, and I've been doing it for a few weeks now. And I may skip a day or two here and there, especially since I was sick, but I couldn't wait to get back in it, to write my thoughts down, future ideas, hopes, dreams, whatever you want to call it. But jot it in there, man. You don't have to write a whole lot. Sometimes you don't even have to write more than a paragraph or a sentence. But if it's a thought that you're having, sometimes thoughts are fleeting. So jot them down, and then go back occasionally and read over them. And it helps keep your mind focused on what you're doing and what you're trying to do. So anyway, enough about all that. We'll get to the duck here in a little bit. Thanks.